Hey, what's up, everybody? We're really excited that you're interested in the stop motion level 1 class. It's been a lot of work leading to it. We honestly believe that the best way to learn is by doing, and the best way to grow is through feedback. And that, which is challenging to get from a lot of online classes. You're kind of in your own little bubble, especially in stop motion. We're all alone, but you don't need to do that. So with our classes, after you submit your assignments to us, you're going to receive a video feedback. And so that depends on the length and how much we need to talk about. And so I wanted to give you a good sample of what those feedback videos might be like. And just to kind of give you an idea of what to expect, and you may learn something in them too. So the first one is one of the earlier assignments in the course. It's the pendulum, the classic ease in and out. And this one's from John. So take a look at it. So I went ahead and I just drew. So this is your path that you had going on there. So I think it's pretty much right lined up. I think you were using the lines, which is great. But I find that that's a bit straight and quite a dip when it's coming down. So it kind of feels like it's like a ramp, which is great, like a half pipe almost. But when you look at just the line, and I copied these over, if I'm saying that this is my length and this is where my anchor point is in the middle, I should actually be coming down here in that position. And even there, like, so just to keep it all bang on even, I guess I could maybe rotate this one a little bit, but it's still going to be a little farther. So if you go by that, and where you ended, not where this line is, say for example, this is more like what the line should be. So let's say, let's select this line. Oh, wrong one. This one. So let's select that one, put an increment editor, say 44 for the same amount of frames that you got here. Yeah, 44. And basic ease in and out. And let's put a ball there. So let's watch what that does. So, oh no, it's 45 on 2, so that's only 22. Sorry. There. So it should be more like that. And we'll try and cycle it. So, it's not gonna ping pong, but kind of gives you an idea of that other. If you go lower with your pendulum, you get something more like that. So this is another way of using the increment editor to be able to give you an idea of what you've got coming down the line. Next is the classic example of the bouncing ball. This particular example is being shot on tabletop, so we're looking down on the table. But then the later on assignment is also in three dimensions of a bouncing ball. So it's the classic example, and then kind of go over the basics of that. I like that movement here, that speed between there, here. The bounce being closer there, that's fine. But I think this one just feels too close because that's not much speed there. I know that's the same as here, but it should be something closer to that. Still smaller, of course, because it's got to go into the bounce, but that's a bigger move here. So I find that this movement, yeah, it's like you kind of need this frame. Let's drop a layer here. So since you've got, okay, so you've got contact there, and you've got this guy there. Yeah, so let's look at that. All right, so you got this guy here. It feels almost like you've got that guy there. So you don't want to keep it even. So it feels like, yeah, you know what? Take out that one. Take out 24. I can't take it out because it's just a quick time here. But try taking out 24 and go right to 25, then 26. I think you'll feel a better bounce on that second one. It feels a little soft there, and that's what's going on. It's that little hesitation there sort of deal. Because there's bigger movement here and then that, so that's great. Yeah, and I think that timing is fine for this one. 1, 2. Then you're starting to come back down again. Nice little roll. You got bounce, just a little bounce there, which is great. That velocity between that, and then there it kind of slows down a bit and then picks up speed there. So watch out from those. Is that if at this point, it's going to start to slow down. So anything, if you look at, go back to another drawing layer, right? So I'm just looking at the velocity, so how much it's moving over to the right. Right, so you can see it's starting to slow down. That kind of sped up a little bit, that distance between those two and these two. And then it really starts to slow down there, and then we pick up speed again. And then slows down, progressively slows down. So I think what could have helped here is not this one not being so big, and then you just continue into these small movements afterwards. And finally, we have Bibiana's baseball pitcher throw. This one includes the pop-thru, which is like a rehearsal for stop motion. This is where you flesh out your poses and you block out what your scene is going to be about, and it gives you a good idea of what your actual later on shot's going to be. So you try to take away as many unknowns out of the shot as possible. We go into full depth in the course about what a pop-thru is and what the best practices are about doing that sort of thing as well. So check it out. All right, pitcher pop-thru. Nice big bold poses. This pose feels a little odd to me. I don't know if it's too much of a lean back or what, but we'll see in the animation. We'll see how that goes. I like the snap of the arm there, but I think that the hand needed to be up here, because I feel it. I see the white, then the white's lower and black on top, and then it's underneath. I know it's underneath because of the throw. So yeah, just a small thing. We'll see in the animation of that, but I like that, the lift up here. That's really cool. That's really great. All right, let's see the shot. So it seems like it's off a different timing. So we'll see which is faster or what, but yeah, great, good stuff. I think it's just starting from the top. I like the shifting of the weight here, especially that the hips go before the torso goes. That's nice, and even that kind of anticipation shifting one way to the other. That's nice too. I think that that move is a bit too big considering the speed of it all. And then to stop that quickly, I think it would be more of an ease in, a slower ease into that kind of a pose, especially that he's going to lean back that far on his one hip. Again, I'd have to look at the real footage, but yeah, and then another little thing is, going into these holds in a pose like that, it's a hold, but he's not a frozen hold. He's kind of just slightly moving to it all. And I think it just needs those extra little frames from there to there, or another frame in. And since sometimes it's like, okay, you move the thigh just a little bit, and then the foot, and then the next frame is just the foot. And now the other way, now the thigh is moving down, but the foot stays up a little bit. So you're just creating that little, it's still moving, it's not frozen, it's just like that ease in. It's like a pendulum, and especially for the top body, the torso, it moves a lot here compared to this frame, and then it stops. So it'd be nice to have those extra little in-betweens. And I'm missing a frame in here, maybe even two. It's such a huge dynamic change, and it's less of a change than here. So you just need another in between, at least one in between here, maybe even two. Like I said, coming out of something a hold here, and he anticipates with his leg. That could have did with an in-between a little slower. You just fill in the blanks from there to there. Easily 2-3 frames you could fill up for that. Before he goes to that, that's a huge move. So I'd 1 or 2 frames into that. Because so if they're, again, it's all in the anticipation sometimes, but you're getting into those each one phases, and so what happens is that it goes by so quick that you kind of miss the actual action. I feel the whip, I feel the throw, the whip around there, that I feel, and I think it's the same. The concern I had in the other one. So that twist around, he went from hand on top of the ball, hand underneath the ball, now to hand on top of the ball, and then it's gone. So that kind of, to me, feels like he does like this little flippy trick. Maybe that's his type of throw. I just feel like that type of snap to it, which I guess throwers, pitchers do that, I guess. But I think the main thing is with that throw, because it's so quick, you need every single pose you can get, every single little bit of information, because it's going by so quickly. That's also it's one of the big reasons why a lot of people do things on ones. Is that again, you have twice as many frames now. You can, especially for fast action, it's running by just as fast, but now you're able to put it in between and still keep that super quick. So that's also one of the reasons why fast action on ones, slower on twos. But in the case of this, I think it just sort of needed just a shift of the frames. Maybe like over here, we needed another frame or two here. That's great. That's great. This frame here. So if we go to, okay, so here's his ball. And we'll go with a little basic arm here. So we'll keep the torso there. Let's say that's where the shoulder joint is. We got another shoulder joint, and we've got this guy, and we've got ball, and then it's gone. So we're assuming it goes in this fashion. Okay. So if that's the case, then that should also have that same arc. The fact that this arm goes into the body during that kind of a pose feels odd to me. So I think if we got this shoulder going this way, and we've got that one there, we keep the shoulder right there, more like you're in between would be something like here. You can see that. Out here, maybe even down here. Yeah, more like down here, because this is just before. So you keep the ball around the same height. It's just the angle of that arm. And the fact that it's back here, so it's helping with this arc. So there you have it. This is just a quick little overview of some of the feedback that you'll be getting in the course. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a message. Go on to the clearn.com website and send us a note, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. And have a great day. Take care. Bye.